have felt like a failure in my business for years. I've seen periods of no sales, no growth, no interest, and no hope. However, on this channel for the next 6 months, I'm going to document everything that I do, from the things that fail spectacularly to the things that succeed amazingly, and everything in between, so that creatives like me can see the true process of growing a business from the real bottom to the top. I've seen tons of videos of people starting their businesses, but none of them truly start from the beginning. These people already have a huge online following, have already started the business and are successful in it and are just doing a launch of a new product that month, or have some other variant of this is a guaranteed success and I'm just documenting it for the sake of YouTube. No one ever really picks up the camera on day one with 0 followers, 0 views, and documents how they get from there to ideally somewhere better. That's where I come in to change that status quo. I want documenting this process to be motivation for me, and that sometimes I get to feel a little bit down about my business. So hopefully I will be able to look back on my wins, should there be any, and use that as the fuel to keep me going, and also as a place to help others out. I know I'm not the only person trying to start a creative business. There are artists out there, musicians out there, crafters out there who might take something from seeing what works and doesn't work for me and being able to apply it to their own stuff. And of course, to those of you out there who love art, love painting, and might just enjoy what I create, seeing the creative process behind not only the paintings themselves, but all of the products that I hope to turn those paintings into, and all of the releases that I hope to be able to bring to you, might be interesting and should just make the art appreciation process a lot more interactive between us. So what can I accomplish in the next 6 months? In order to understand where you're going, you have to understand where you're coming from. So where have we been before this moment? I have had my art listed on Etsy for years, many years, and have seen very few sales on there. 17 to be specific. There have been periods of pause, but I have most recently started things up again in February of 2024, and I'm filming this in June. This time with starting things up, I want it to be different. Before, I made art, I liked it, I posted it, and I just hoped that all of the other pieces fell into place. This time around, I'm thinking more about why it is that I'm choosing to share my art with people. I could always just make it and like it myself, as I did for the first decade of my creative endeavors. Why am I sharing it? Well, I find art and media to be boring these days. Whatever is available is generic, it's been done a million times, it is made to print money rather than to actually be a true artistic expression. And I know that I am not the only person who has noticed this, and I know that I'm not the only person who's sick of this. I have seen my friends in these recent years that we've been moving out of our parents' houses, finishing college, getting our own places. I've seen them decorate with custom work from artists, plushies from shows that they love, characters that inspire them, inspiring quotes, all kinds of things that fill their space and fill their day-to-day life with a more unique and personal inspiration. People want the things around them to connect with them emotionally. And my art has the power to connect with some people out there. I absolutely know that it does. So I am offering it as currently prints, but ideally in the future I will be able to have more items on my website, such as the notebooks and the zipper pouches I'm experimenting with, hoodies, plushies, so on and so forth, so that you can experience art and have something truly meaningful to you in your space at all times, and constantly be inspired rather than bored and reminded of consumerism and mass production. So since February, I have launched my own website off of Etsy. I've sold in person at 3 market events. I have gotten accepted into Fair, which is a wholesale marketplace. It is very rare for people to get accepted on there when they are as small and as early on as me, so I'm very grateful for that. But it has been a true showcase that there is some value to my art and that it does connect with people, and that even this corporation thinks that there are people who will appreciate it. I started this YouTube channel. Hi, hello, how you doing? And I have sent freebies for promotion to 3 influencers who have posted about me. So what has all of that resulted in? Let's talk numbers. I started the business with a budget, some money that I got from getting laid off of my last job. Love that. And here is what I have done with that business budget so far. In the past 5 months, on services and miscellaneous spend, I have spent $169.32. On Etsy ads, I have spent $12.25. On inventory for markets and to send to influencers, I have spent $277.16. On my custom website, which will be linked down below, you should check it out, it's really beautiful, I spent $302.40. And my biggest spending category, on the entrance fees and supplies that I have needed for the market events that I have done, I have spent $1,372.93 for a total spend of $2,134.06 in the past few months. That is a lot of spending for me, someone who tried to start her business for free. But you know what they say, you've got to spend money to make money, so let's look at what I've made. Don't worry, this will be quick. From my website sales, I have made a total of $0. From my Etsy sales, I have made a total of $0. From my fair, the wholesale marketplace sales, I have made a total of $0. Are you noticing a trend? I can't make any money from miscellaneous spend or anything like that, so the only other thing that leaves is markets, and I have made a little bit from markets. At markets, I have made $506.11. So where does that leave my total profit? You might be able to tell that it is not, in fact, profit, but to get the exact number, I ran the calculation for you. Before I reveal what that is, I do want to say this channel is new, and if you're enjoying this video, which if you've made it this far into it, you're certainly enjoying it, then I would appreciate if you could help me, this channel, and this video out. Maybe leave a like, press the subscribe button, and if you are having a good time, leave a comment down below and let me know what kinds of things you want to see from me on this channel in the next couple of months as I work on improving my business. So our total profit for the past 5 months of business is negative $1,627.95. I expected to be in the red for the business for a while, namely because I was spending a lot on market supplies, which I knew the cost of it would go down the more markets that I did. I also knew I needed to find my target audience because I don't make anime products, I don't make fan art products, and I don't make just cutesy kind of art. I'm going to sell well at very different kinds of markets from most of the artists on YouTube, so I had to figure that out myself. I'm starting to get there, but it's still a process. I knew I was going to be in the red for quite a while, but I don't want to be in the red for forever. So hopefully somewhere in the next few months, we can get that profit number to actually be positive. To make these kinds of strides in my business, I have had to come up with a plan of action for how I am going to improve things. My plan has a mantra, something that I can say to myself when I'm feeling a bit bogged down and just want to refocus. The mantra is, do less to be more. I'm only going to have 2 focuses for the next 6 months, 2 main focuses. Number 1 is YouTube, hi, hello, and number 2 is wholesale outreach, because YouTube can ideally bring my business more awareness, make more people aware of the fact that I exist. If they like that I exist, they can then carry on their way, head to my website, check it out, maybe decide to get something. And wholesale, because getting even 1 wholesale order would be amazing money for the business and would keep me going. Since I am in the red, I could really use some new funds in my business bank account. I am doing less things, just YouTube and wholesale, so that I can be more or better at both of those things. Next is that I'm going to be doing art markets with fees of no more than $85 unless it is a huge market. The reason for this is I live in Los Angeles County, California. A lot of markets out here are expensive. You'll see YouTubers online say, oh, I got to do this one for free. Oh, this one was, $6. That's absolutely not been the case for me. $150 a day is more the average, but I'm just not making that money back. I have not figured out my sales enough to be paying that much. So I will be focusing on cheaper markets and big markets with tons and tons and tons of attendees, like, I don't know, Anime Expo, for example. And that's all I'm doing for now until I figure out a better plan for markets and can afford to do those $150 markets and know that I'm gonna make my money back. So I'm spending less to achieve more. Now, I know I said I only have 2 focuses, but my brain tends to run at 100 miles a minute. So if there's ever anything else that I want to do, my big thing with do less and be more is that I'm not going to plan it out. I am a planner to a T. I have a notebook specifically for small business plans, and girl, them pages are getting full. I love to plan and plan and figure out every last detail, and I miss on execution. I exhaust myself so much with planning, and I exhaust myself so much with feeling like I'm not getting anywhere in business that I struggle to even execute on anything. I have already planned 24 YouTube videos, and I have posted 1. Do you see how me sitting in a Google Doc making up what I want to do is just not productive? I want to do things that people who would appreciate my art would actually see, right? So if any of these other side niche interests pop into my mind, I know I don't have the power to completely tell myself, no, I only have 2 focuses. So rather, I will only be spending 2 hours a week on my side niche interests. If I decide I need to start Pinterest, I need to start posting on Pinterest, it's the only way. You've got 2 hours. No planning, none of that, no research. You have 2 hours, make a Pinterest, put some posts up, and move on with your day. Do things that people who are part of the business will actually see, do things that people who enjoy art will actually see, and move on with your day. Do less planning to be more productive. Do less, be more. So that is my plan. A plan's great, but what is it without an end goal? For me personally, I don't like setting goals outside of my control. I've watched a lot of business content on YouTube. I've read a lot of articles, I've read some books. I know a lot of business people like to say, oh, if your goal should be to make a certain amount. But to me, how much I make is out of my control. Either people buy the stuff or they don't. Rather, I consider how much I'm making to be a dream, an aspiration, an ideal situation. But I think a goal should be something that I am actually in control of. So in the next 6 months, by the end of December 2024, my dream would be to have $1,000 profit for the business and no longer be in the red. However, my goal is to reach out to new businesses for wholesale offers every month. Whether or not they accept my reach out is up to them, but I will reach out and I will continue to try and make my outreach wording better. It is a goal of mine to post at least 6 YouTube videos, so that's 1 a month in this time. Ideally, I would post a lot more than that, but at least 1 a month. And my final goal is to have and heavily advertise a Black Friday sale. I want to have some new pieces for the Black Friday sale. I want to have a good sale so that you guys can get stuff at a discount. And I want there to be excitement for the holiday time and the end of the year around my business. Despite feeling like I'm failing at it, art always draws me back in. It's my passion. I've been drawing and painting since I was a little kid, and I can never manage to put the brushes down. I know that there are people out there who could gain value from my work. I have heard it at my markets. People have literally come up and looked at my art and burst into tears because they just love it so much. And if that's the way people feel, then I want to be able to share it with folks. So I'll be dedicating the next 6 months to documenting everything and truly learning how to grow into my practice and build up my business. I might fail, as I have been doing for the past few years, and this video might be really embarrassing and go from nowhere to nowhere else, but at the very least, you will be able to learn from my mistakes. I hope that you will follow me along on this journey in the next 6 months to see if I achieve my goals, if I achieve my dreams, if I'm able to grow the business, and just how much I'm able to grow it. If you like this video, again, my channel is new, I could really appreciate the help. Please leave a like and press the subscribe button. Leave a comment and let me know some of your own experiences in business or in art buying in general. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this. I will see you all next time, and until then, toodaloo.